Give me the liberty to know, to utter, and to argue freely according to conscience above all liberties. Let none mistake my plea. When I cried out for liberty, not the liberty of licentiousness, nor the counterfeit freedom sold by tyrants, but the sacred liberty of the mind, I did so amidst the tremors of a kingdom at war with itself. England then bled with civil strife, kings had fallen, and Parliament stood in wary balance. In that hour, amidst censors and edicts, I took up my pen, not as soldier, but as a sentinel of thought. For what is man without the liberty to know? What is society if thought be gagged before it is born? What kind of peace is that which requires silence instead of discourse? When I penned Areopagitica, I did not do so as one desiring chaos. I feared not the clamour of disagreement, but the stillness of enforced conformity. For truth, if it be truth, need fear no test. Only lies shrink from the marketplace of ideas. In my time, the liberty to argue according to conscience was imperilled by those who believed themselves the arbiters of righteousness. The printers of London, the bishops of the church, the ministers of Parliament, all in their turn tried to chain the soul with fear of the printed word. They feared sedition, blasphemy, confusion. I feared stagnation, ignorance, and the slow suffocation of the mind. What made us Englishmen, what made us free, was not the uniformity of our prayers or the sameness of our pamphlets, but the tumult of our ideas and the fire of our conscience. I held then, and I hold now, that man's conscience is sovereign, and that no institution may sit upon its throne. And now, dear reader, though centuries divide my time from yours, I speak again, for your age is not unlike mine. You stand amidst a tempest of information. Truth and falsehood swirl together, and too many clamour not to discern the difference but to suppress the noise. In my day, the censors were bishops and bureaucrats. In yours, they are algorithms, mobs, and echo chambers. You may not be bound by chains of iron or ink, but by the subtler shackles of curated feeds, social ostracism, and the silent fear of saying the wrong thing. And so, I beseech thee, do not trade the liberty to argue for the comfort of conformity. Do not seek safety in the suffocation of dissent. The conscience must be free to wander, to err, to refine, and to speak aloud its findings, not because all speech is true, but because truth cannot emerge without the friction of debate. To those who would suppress for the sake of unity, I say this: unity bought with silence is tyranny, draped in the garb of peace. To those who fear misinformation, I say this: do not slay error with censorship, slay it with better reason. To the citizens of this digital age, I offer counsel: treat your platforms not as pulpits of propaganda, but as arenas of honest discourse. Do not cancel what you can confront, do not mute what you can refute, and above all, hold sacred that inner liberty, the liberty to know, to question with boldness, to examine without fear, the liberty to utter, not as one seeking applause, but as one seeking light, the liberty to argue not in wrath or pride, but with reverence for your fellow man and for the truth that lies between you. All other liberties, political, religious, economic, are but husks if the liberty of conscience is crushed. Without the freedom to think and speak, you are not citizens, you are subjects. I lived and wrote in the hope that man would never again need to whisper his truths in fear. May that hope find voice again in your time. For the battle for liberty, as in all ages, must be fought not just with arms, but with words, and with the courage to speak them. Let that be your vow, that no power shall muzzle the conscience, no algorithm shall silence the soul, and no lie shall go unchallenged when truth stands ready to speak.